Chapter 12, Tale, 1942-43. The neighborhood accountings are such a nuisance. We have to stop whatever we are doing, go out, and stand around on the street. It's always at least half an hour before we're dismissed. Once I stayed in the house when I heard the megaphone. It should have been all right. Amani and Sunny were there. But when Sunny came back, she told me Amani had been very nervous, looking over her shoulder and wondering if I was going to show up. If the Japanese found out I hadn't come to the accounting, Amani might get in trouble, maybe Abaji too. So now I always go. One morning, teacher is excited. "Class," he says, "the emperor has sent a gift to every student in the land. In honor of the victories of his Imperial forces in the rubber-producing countries of the tropics, you are each to receive a rubber ball." And he pulls a big crate of balls from behind his desk. The balls are size of an apple. They're a dirty yellow color and stamped with the words, "May the Emperor reign for 10,000 years in Malaya, Burma, Singapore." Every student gets one. Then teacher announces that there won't be any classes that day. Instead, we're to bow at the shrine to thank the emperor. After that, we're free to play with our new balls. We run around the schoolyard, yelling our heads off. The balls are perfect for a game of catch or for bouncing. They soar right over your head if you throw them down hard enough. But they're no good for soccer, too small, and they skip over your foot if you try to make a pass. The military attaché raises the megaphone and shouts into it. We all freeze where we are. I've just thrown my ball against the wall. I stand still and listen, but watch my ball to make sure I can find it after the announcement. We are glad to see the students enjoying their gifts, the military attaché says. The emperor's generosity knows no bounds. We expect all of you to express your gratitude by working ever harder at your studies to become good citizens of the empire. Long live His Divine Majesty! Long live His Divine Majesty, we echo, like we always do. A short silence, then everyone goes back to playing. Except me. I walk over to where my ball has rolled into a corner, pick it up, and put it into my backpack. "Hey, Nobuo!" my friend Sungwon shouts. Sungwon is his real name. In school, he is Osamu. "Aren't you going to play some more?" "Nah, I'm going home now. See you tomorrow." I walk toward the gates to my bicycle. Maybe I should stay, especially to play with Sungwon. He's feeling low these days. His older brother, Sungho, a college student, was forced to enlist in the Japanese army. I went with Sungwon to the train station to see him off. Sungwon has been in a bad mood ever since. But I don't feel like playing anymore, all because of that stupid announcement. "Express your gratitude," they'd said. What they take? Our rice, our language, our names. What they give? Little rubber balls. I can't feel grateful about such a bad deal. There are more and more neighborhood accountings. They're always the same. First, praise for the Imperial Army's victories. Everyone has to clap and cheer. And then we're asked to help in the war effort. Asked to help, another lie. What it means is the army takes away our things. First, our radios. That makes Uncle really mad. Not that it matters as far as getting the news. He says, we have only Radio Tokyo anyway. But it's the principle of it, them taking whatever they want. Abuji says it's no use getting angry. But how can he not get angry? The weather gets colder. They take our blankets and warm clothing. The wind cuts through my jacket as I ride down the street. The jacket's too small. The sleeves barely reach my wrists. And it hikes up my back when I leaned over the handlebars. Amoni and Sunhee are taking apart old clothes, remaking them, but so far, no luck with a new jacket for me. Being cold is sometimes alright. It makes me pedal even faster. I swoop around the corner of our street. Whoosh! So smooth. I always get the timing right, turning the handlebars at the exact moment, just enough so I don't lose speed. A shout, "You there! On the bicycle! Halt! In the name of His Imperial Majesty!" I skid to a stop and turn the bike partway around. 2 soldiers are standing near the gate to our house. I get off, walk the bike toward them. One soldier throws his cigarette down, jerks his chin at my bicycle. "What's that you're riding?" he asks. "You call that a bicycle?" He walks around it, pokes at it. "Look at those handlebars. Does water run through them? And what kind of seat is that? Man, you must have one sore butt." It makes me so mad, him insulting my bike like that. But there's nothing I can do about it, of course. I just stand there with my head down, hoping he'll get tired of teasing me and let me go home. His friend shoves him a little. "Get out of the way and let me look at this thing," he says. "You know, it's really not so bad. You saw him come around the corner. It has pretty good speed." His voice is a lot friendlier than the first soldier's, but his words scared me. If he likes my bicycle... Just then, Abuji comes out of the house and walks down the path toward us. He nods at the soldiers. "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Is there a problem?" The soldiers straighten up quickly and stand side by side. The second soldier glances briefly at his friend. "No problem, sensei." He calls Abuji sensei, teacher. I let out my breath silently, relieved. "No problem," the soldier repeats. "We are commanding this bicycle in the name of His Imperial Majesty. I'm sure Sensei appreciates that with the war on, the Imperial forces require every available mode of transportation to further the Emperor's glorious cause. The Emperor is most grateful to the citizens of his realm for their willingness to make sacrifices on behalf of the military." My hands freeze. I grip the bike, one hand on the seat, on the other on the frame. The soldier steps forward and tries to take the bike from me, but I don't let go. We tug it back and forth between us. Finally, I shout, "No, it's mine. You can't take it away." Abuji is so quick. He pries my hands open and pulls me back toward him. "I apologize for my son's disrespectful behavior," he says, bowing his head. I can't move or speak. I can only watch as they walk a little way up the street, the bicycle between them. Then one of them, the second soldier, jumps on and begins pedaling. He laughs at his friend over his shoulder. His friend makes some sort of joke back. They've already forgotten me, treated me like I'm sort of dog, with a bone they can take away anytime they feel like it. I wrench myself away from Abuji and roll around to face him. For a second, I feel like shouting. I swallow once, hard. Then I say low, "You just let them take it. You didn't even try to stop them. Couldn't you have thought of something, anything?" Abuji's face goes pale, but he doesn't say anything. I know what he's thinking. Even though I'm not shouting, I'm questioning his decision. It's the rudest thing a son can do. I'm almost scared myself. I've never spoke to him that way before. I can hardly believe those words came out of my mouth. But then I think of my bike again, of all my work Uncle and I did, and Abuji's silence makes me crazy. He called you sensei. He knew you're the vice principal. He might have listened to you. At least you could have tried. Abuji only shakes his head. Then, "I am sorry about your bicycle tail." He turns and goes into the house. I stand there, staring at his back. I'm so mad my stomach feels sick. Sorry? He isn't sorry. He doesn't care at all.